Hey y'all, happy Saturday. Hey Shocker King, hey Miss B. How's everybody doing today? Hey Tisa, how you doing, love? I hope your day's going well. Well, y'all, let me start off by saying, hey Roxy, if y'all didn't see D Spot's, hey Skull Game, how you doing? If y'all didn't see D Spot's video last night, y'all need to go check it out. I think he took it down, but he gonna bring it back or put it back up or something. Child, I was laughing so hard. I almost fell out the sky. Okay, hey Kenna H. But I put a poll on my community while y'all go check it out. Okay, cause baby, when I say hey soul sister, when I say that Big Man TV was something else. He dragged. I mean, skull dragged. He skull dragged Pizarro. I was getting my whole life. Okay. I was like, oh my God, that was so funny to me. Hey, Water Sniper. Some bushes. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Water Sniper. We're going to have a good one today. Y'all seen the title of my video, right? You call this replay. It was hilarious, right, Roxy? Yeah, stay for a minute, Water Sniper. You might like this one. Okay. But anyway, y'all hit that like button. I already know that this video is not going to be monetized. So if y'all want to go show your girl some love for this video, feel free to hit my Cash App, Oracle Speaks. Let me put it down here. Let me put it up. None of my temporary moderators ain't in here. But we're going to get into some things today, y'all, right? Because we're going to talk about Diddy and how he dancing around in the synagogue of Satan. You know, I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on about this, surrounding this. And we have heard some of us, Tisa, maybe Water Sniper, a couple of us, older people that was young in the 90s. We had heard, all of the stuff about Bad Boy and, hey, Anthony Dixon, hey, Comment, how you come up with these titles. Right, Soul Sister? But we going to get into it, Soul Sister, for real, though, because I kind of want to talk about the esoteric side of things that's going on. I was listening to another set of content creators earlier, and I was like, and they was kind of touching on the esoteric side of things. Hey, Lena, but they really are not old enough, and they can't conceptualize the totality when it comes to death magic and and our melanated blood uh rituals, young people. That's what we want to talk about, right? Diddy stories have circulated over 25 years. Yeah, it's coming to fruition. I'm saying, people been bringing up Wendy Williams when it comes to what you write about that, Kendall, because people say whatever they want to say about Wendy Williams now, cause she old and I hate how she ended up. But back in the days, hey Red Lines, Wendy Williams was talking about what Puff Daddy was doing. She was talking about what R. Kelly was doing. Wendy Williams is the first one that started talking about this stuff. You know what I mean? And they try to shut her up, give her deals and all this and all that. She got took off the radio at one point in time. They tried to censor her real bad. You know what I mean? And but Wendy had been talking about Diddy. She had been talking about R. Kelly. You know what I mean? And they want to take and Jaguar Wright too. A couple of years ago, people think Jaguar Wright was crazy, right? Now everything something, but make it so bad. Everything Jaguar Wright has been saying has been accurate, and now they don't think she's so crazy, right? Because it's all coming out. And Jaguar been telling people forever, and I think the only reason why Jaguar Wright ain't been unalive is because she's speaking out in public. And then you know how they say crazy like a fox. Ain't no telling what happened to Jaguar to get her to come start speaking publicly like that. A little while ago when she went off the air, they was trying to put her in a insane asylum, arrested her a couple of times and all this and all that. And I really think they was trying to shut Jaguar right up. But as soon as she got out and she got her situation under control, she came right back out and started talking again. So that didn't scare her away. And then people don't realize that the reason why Jaguar Wright first started coming out and talking crazy, one reason why she started telling industry secrets is cause one of her dear friends committed suicide because of how she was treated in the industry. You know what I mean? And when it comes to the industry, people like P Diddy and a couple of other ones, even Jay Z, they been dancing around in the synagogue of Satan. Okay, but I had to put the circle of Satan. But I've been telling y'all about the synagogue of Satan. I done mentioned this a couple of times, and if you're familiar with my channel, you know I done talked about this, how they be twerking around in the synagogue of Satan. You know what I mean? I put a I think Hollywood as a whole was trying to shut up. I do too. And Wendy. See, ain't no telling what really happened to Wendy Williams for real. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's the music industry's time, Anthony, because first, Me Too, and all and the powers that be, decided they want to shake up Hollywood, right? They want to get rid of they want to get rid of the head of the snake, and so they chopped off the head of the snake, and now, but as soon as you chop off the head of the snake, another snake head will pop up, right? That's what kind of what's going on with the music industry. People like Diddy and Jay Z. They've been around. Even when it comes to the South, what's his name, Big Baby, or all these people that's been, running pretty much black folks in the ground for years and years and years. The gatekeepers getting tired of them, right? The handlers are getting tired of them. And so now it's a changing of the guard. And some people can't see that, but that's what I want to talk about today, y'all. Okay? But we're going to talk about it in the context of what's going on with Diddy. If you notice what's going on with Diddy, it's the same thing that happened to Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. Y'all remember when R. Kelly did that interview with what's old girl's name? Oprah's friend. He said, I ain't the only one. And he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. He not the only one. A lot of folks been doing this, you know. Let's take R. Kelly and Aaliyah, for instance. After R. Kelly is not the only one that was fooling with young girls in the industry, right? A lot of stories been coming up about, yeah, Gail King. A lot of stories been coming up. Like, we know what Diddy and his weird stuff been doing, but what they ain't telling y'all is, I heard a story. All of this is allegedly. That's why I put it in my title. All of this is allegedly, right? So allegedly, y'all know we love us some Ashanti, right? So uh, allegedly, Ashanti had been in the music industry since she was about 15 to 16 years old, right? And we know a lot of these music industry people, like the movie people, the producers and stuff, that like they say, beware the casting couch and all of this and all that. It was the same thing that go on in the music industry. And so the story, I heard a story allegedly about Ashanti that allegedly Ashanti has been in the business since she was about 15 to 16 years old, right? So she finally runs into Irv Gotti. Now, Irv Gotti was like in the sample the merchandise as well, right? And the reason why I got Aaliyah pictures up here is because if y'all could remember, after Aaliyah died, it really wasn't another top tier female artist, but it was a female artist that was trying to go solo before Aaliyah passed away, right? And that female artist um that was trying to go solo when she was struggling, when Aaliyah was still alive, because Aaliyah was top dog around at that time, right? But that artist was none other than Beyonce, right? So, but let's talk about Ashanti, right? Y'all thumbs up the video if you can, right? Um, and so the story goes as far as Ashanti and Irv Gotti. Shanti, she 15, not even 16 years old yet. Uh, they say she's sharing with Irv Gotti and all of this and all that. And then they say Ray J comes around. Brandy's brother Ray J comes around and try to snatch Ashanti from Irv Gotti. So what Ray J did, he was still cool with Diddy at the time because Diddy and Ray J can't stand each other, right? This ain't no secret. Allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly. All of this is alleged. So Ray J takes Ashanti to meet Diddy, right? So he take Ashanti to meet Diddy. She sings for Diddy. Diddy's interested in her, all this and all that, right? So Diddy get ready to snatch Ashanti away from Irv Gotti, right? Because it really ain't no big, other than the Leah, it ain't no other female in the game back then, right? So, Diddy was wanting, and Diddy was king. Diddy been king forever, right? So he contact Irv Gotti and he say he want Ashanti, right? So the story goes allegedly. I'm saying allegedly. I wasn't there. So the story goes The reason why Ashanti didn't go with Bad Boy is because Ray J didn't want Diddy fooling around with Ashanti the way that Irv Gotti was fooling around with Ashanti. Now, mind you, she ain't even 18 years old at this point in time, right? So, but because Ray J had a problem with what Diddy was wanting to do, because he knew what Diddy was wanting to do. Now, this also Cassie is also around at this point in time too, mind you. Cassie, Kim Porter still alive, all his baby mamas, right? They all still, they all still around, right? And so because Ray J wouldn't let that go on with Ashanti because it was already going on with Irv Gotti, and Ray J didn't like that either. Diddy blacklisted Ashanti. Now Ashanti been blacklisted for over 10 years. She made that one album. That song we like. What is it? Uh, oh Lord, I can't. And I can't on without you. People loving me, hate me, treat me ungratefully, not knowing the name. But y'all remember that, right? So that's the reason why she made that one album, and Ashanti was gone forever. Right now, we see her coming out back. We see her coming out now because it's a different point in time. Diddy is going down. It's a changing of the guard. She ain't fooling with Irv Gotti no more. She done got with Fat Joe now. And not only Fat Joe, but it's Fat Joe. Who they say she fooling with now? Fat Joe and somebody allegedly. So right, her and Nelly get ready to get married. She allegedly pregnant, with Nelly's baby and all this and all that, right? So anyway, that's the reason why we didn't hear from Ashanti, and also we didn't hear from Ashanti. Number two, because allegedly, Jay Z, which been fooling with, they say Jay Z had been fooling around with Beyonce since Beyonce was 19 years old. Now, mind you, after Aaliyah dies, that is when Beyonce got popular. If y'all remember back then, right? Because after Aaliyah died, that's why it's always been so much conspiracy surrounding that plane crash, and they try to say the plane was overloaded. But if the plane was overloaded going to the video, how was it wasn't overloaded going to the shoot? How's it that it's overloaded after the shoot, right, Anthony? How is it that it was overloaded after the shoot if it wasn't that way before? And it's the same plane, they got the same amount of people, the same equipment. It wasn't overloaded getting there, but it was overloaded going back. Do that make sense? And also, allegedly Jay Z had something against Aaliyah anyway, because they say Jay Z wanted Aaliyah, but Aaliyah didn't want him. After she got away from R. Kelly, all this and all that, Aaliyah didn't want him. She fell in love with Dame Dash. And I think that that's why Dame Dash has had such a problem with Aaliyah's death. All of these years, like he couldn't get past it or whatever, right? So, but all this is cause these fools are dancing around in the synagogue of Satan, right? Now let's get back to Jay Z, right? When it Jay Z, no, let's get back to the Diddy, right? When it comes to Diddy, let me tell y'all something. It was this guy, right? Nothing makes sense anymore. But we are in the age of Aquarius, and like I said, all these charlatans, all these demons, like these death demons and these lust demons, and all of this and all that. We know they're reigning supreme. They've been reigning supreme in the music industry, right? Let's take Diddy for instance. This guy, y'all see this? Y'all see this on the screen? Hit the one if y'all see this on the screen where it say allegedly. We're gonna talk about this for a while, right? And so alleged. Now before Diddy met CD right here, I'm gonna have to be careful with my words. Before Diddy met CD right here, the guy on top that he's standing with the sunglasses on, he he used to be he was being mentored by a guy named Andre Harrell. Andre Harrell was from Uptown Records. And if you can remember Uptown Records back in the day before it was a bad boy, Andre Harrell had all the let me try to find a picture of him. Andre Harrell had all he was ahead of the rap game. You know what I mean? He was like the czar before Diddy came along. Here you go, right here. He was the czar before Diddy came along, right? So Andre Harrell was Diddy's first mentor, right? Now Andre Harrell's mentor was this guy right here that's standing beside Diddy with the glasses. So allegedly, okay, Andre Harrell, like I said, Diddy was working under him, right? A Diddy event, Andre Harrell eventually fires Diddy from Uptown Records, and that was his mentor and stuff, saying that he had he was getting beside himself, he was too egotistical, all this and all that. Well, what I think is, now this is my theory, okay, my theory. This is just my theory. This is just my opinion. My theory is that and we know how Diddy is. And CD up here with the sunglasses on, he wrote a book a couple years back, and he said that all this time he has since his first wife, he realized that he was bisexual, right? Now he bisexual, and he performing these sodomy rituals and stuff, but he only doing it with melanated men. So I guess he like BBC, like Diddy said he got BBC. Anyway, he was Andre Harrell's mentor, so Andre Harrell fires Diddy, which was working under him. But and then a week after Uptown Records fires Diddy, they say allegedly, Diddy got Bad Boy. And the person that's backing Bad Boy is none other than CD up here. So I'm thinking what this allegedly Diddy got on his, blah 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 right here. I'm thinking that's true. Diddy was younger. You know what I mean? He was crazy. He was more, and then CD up here. At the end of the day, it's about business, right? So, and then you can't take away from the fact that when it comes to hip hop music, Diddy was king back in the day, right? Because he had, he brought it. He was like before social media, during the time of the video, he was branding them, he was marketing them, and I'm talking about the hip hop artists. He had everybody from Mary J. Blige to, Biggie, really, really Tupac, all of them. He was just on point, right? And business wise, I think CD up here knew that. He realized that not only the fact that I think he liked his new boy toy. That is why CD is allegedly the cop. That's true, Tiffany. That's true. She became too much of a liability. Hey, viewers, view. And y'all know they got insurance. I done told y'all this before, how they got all these millions of dollars worth of insurance on these artists and stuff, right? So uh I think he was getting tired of Whitney. When it comes to that, I don't want to get sidetracked. He was trying to bring up Brandy, put Brandy in her place. And they say the night of the party when Whitney allegedly took an overdose and died in the tub. And they say CD up here kept partying even though he knew that she was up there gone, but he kept the party going. Well, before that, uh Whitney Houston loved her, and Brandy loved each other. So allegedly Whitney on that night, before it happened, while they were still downstairs at the party and stuff, or the pre-party, baby, Whitney had a conversation with Brandy, telling Brandy about CD up here, and that's why Brandy didn't fool with him, right? And so yeah, Bobby was and I don't think that's true about Bobby. I don't think that at all. I don't think I disagree with that. What did he benefit from losing Whitney and his daughter? You got to realize who did what did he benefit from that? You know what I mean? Yeah. Now I do believe that CD, yeah, they all monsters. They all dance in the synagogue of Satan. You see what I'm saying? Because let's talk about sacrifice. I done start talking about Whitney. Y'all leading me too far off. You disagree too? You disagree? Yeah, yeah. What would Bobby benefit from that? You know what I mean? He ain't gained nothing from that. You know, I don't think he did it for CD get a life, because he didn't gain nothing from it. But CD gained from it. Pay attention. Listen to me for a minute. CD gained from it, right? But the thing he thought he was going to gain from it, which was Brandy, he didn't Brandy, because of Whitney. Brandy swerved left and she didn't fool with him, right? So after Brandy didn't fool with him, who he tried to get? Who he tried to get after Brandy? Do y'all remember who he tried to get after Brandy? But it didn't work out. It did, but I do believe that but it was something strange how she lost her family members and stuff. You know, you mean Bobby's still alive? Yeah, Bobby's still alive. You know, but they say that allegedly. No, no, Kendall, not her. Yes, yes, Stephanie. That's right. Stephanie Harden. That's right. That's right. But he didn't know how to brand her. Yep. Yep. He didn't know how to brand her, Stephanie. You are absolutely right. Yep. That's who we went after Whitney. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Yep. But he didn't know how to brand her. But I found it interesting how now you talking about sacrifice. How is it that her nephew and what her sister and is the nephew and a sister? Was it a mama? I know it's definitely a nephew and a sister. See, they always call me when I'm on the. I'm not even getting off my video, but has a branding issue and has never. Yeah, she's always had a branding issue. Yeah, yeah, she's always had a branding issue. They never know how to. See, the problem with Jennifer Hudson is Jennifer Hudson can sing, right? But Jennifer Hudson ain't even like she don't even have a Whitney Houston voice. She have a Pentecostal church voice. Right, her church is her voice is so strong, and it's so hard to brand her anything other than the only place I think Jennifer Hudson fits because her voice is so strong is on Broadway. Because they can't brand her right no more because her voice is too strong. You know what I mean? And so they can't and it's not yeah, her voice is gospel like. They can't put her in R&B and expect her to be a Whitney. It don't work. That's why she got a problem with Brandon. It's not right. It don't match, you know. And so yeah. Yeah, she lost her mom, sister, and her nephew. She ain't never been right since. She right about that. But you got to want now they say her sister's child's father, the little boy's father did that. But that's some demonic ritualistic stuff too. If you really think about it, that is some demonic ritual stuff too. And how they found that little boy in that van and stuff. I was like, oh my God. He did that to his own son? For real? You know what I mean? That's why you got to be careful, associating yourself with demons. And I tell y'all online all the time, yeah, her voice fits very well. Yeah, on Broadway. Yeah, musical, Broadway. You know what I mean? Because she is a bona fide gospel singer. You know, that's why her voice don't fit. That's why her voice don't fit. She really don't have nothing. She really don't have no business doing nothing but singing for the glory of God. Honestly. That's why they can't brand her right. She not in the right. She not in the right. She too worried about being commercial. You know what I mean? But and this is just my opinion, right? This is just my opinion. This is how I feel about it, right? Y'all hit the like button. But anyway, y'all have straightened me off my path. So getting back to CD and Diddy up here, right? So now I agree that his second mentor, like I said, within a week of Diddy getting fired from Uptown Records, which um Uptown Records, it sank up. They got rid of Uptown Records after Bad Boy came out. Cause Bad Boy, now mind you, CD like his boy toys, but he also liked to, suck the energy from his boy toys, right? He ain't only sucking the energy from them because of the melanin, he also making money off of it. And that's the way he make money. And that's why I say they dancing around with the synagogue of Satan. But when it comes to Diddy, when you mess with familiar demons, like I've been talking to y'all about, even online right here, just slowly, you think you're getting what you want, but you have to go deeper and deeper, and more demonic to keep feeding them demons because if you don't go more darker and darker, you don't keep sucking that melanin out of people, it's going to suck you dry. So the reason why, in my opinion, this is just me, allegedly, right? Hey, Lady Tia. Let me read this. Get a life said I'm right here by Chi Town. That was so sick, right, and so sad. It was all over TV. I feel so disgusted. Yeah, man, that was real bad. Like it was real bad. Yeah. Yeah, he know his price to pay for fame, right? Like he does know his days is numbered. He know they say allegedly that he hiding out over there in London now. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what they say he is now allegedly, right? So he know his day coming. And man, okay, then check it out. That's I mean, like, we all know that they finna me too Bill Cosby his butt, right? But Diddy is so sick. They're gonna do a He Too movement, right? What if some of these men start speaking up about how they was propositioned by Diddy? But guess what? Have y'all heard of it? Y'all remember Columbus Short? He used to be on was it How to Get Away with Murder, or he was on something. He was an up and coming star, right? Well, he went live on his Instagram. Let me try to find a picture because y'all know I got a photo. He went live on his Instagram and said Diddy propositioned him, right? And so that made uh some black folks uncomfortable. Now you see how black media is being hush hush about this. Oh, that's not the right one. Hold on, let me try to find that one. I got a Columbus short. What I do with it? But anyway, he said that Diddy propositioned him, and a lot of people felt some kind of way about him, speaking out about that. But what if more men start to speak up, about Diddy propositioning him? Like this guy right here told Desi Banks to stay away from Diddy, right? You know what I mean? And I didn't get it. Hold on, let me try to find it, right? So, but as far as Columbus Short, this is allegedly. So Columbus Short did an IG. I know he did the IG. I heard what he said, right? He said Columbus Short said he was laying in the bed with his wife. It was about 2:30 in the morning. It was TikTok or IG, one of them, right? But he said it was about 2:30 in the morning. He in Hollywood, Diddy in Hollywood for something. I'm saying allegedly because I wasn't there, right? Diddy called him on the phone, 2:30 in the morning. He laying in the bed with his wife. Y'all know he had a whole lot of drama with his wife after all this and all that. And right, Stephanie, I think he was blackballed too. But Diddy called him and said, "Hey man, what's up? All this and all that. I'm at such and such hotel." Right, inviting him to his hotel room. And dude was like, "Cool, who all over there?" He thinking it's a party. It's 2:30 in the morning. He said, "Ain't nobody over here but me." And so Columbus was saying, all right, man, and all this and all that. He got off the phone, he ain't trying to be rude to Diddy or whatever. Columbus Shaw said he did not go over there. He stayed in the bed with his wife. It was TikTok. Okay. Yeah, he stayed in the bed with his wife. You sure somebody who no, Mace ain't dead. Nah. Mace went to the church to hide out. When it came to him and Diddy, when they got into it, Diddy couldn't even find him for a long time. But no, Mace is still around. Mace, for years, Mace talked about how Diddy was stealing, how dirty he was doing his artists and all this and all that. You know what I mean? If you notice, they'll make one album, maybe two, with Diddy, and then they'll be gone, either unalived or never heard from again. Cause he went through them like water, especially in the '90s, especially in the '90s. You know, and ain't nobody alive but him when it comes to Bad Boy, the original Bad Boy. Ain't nobody left but him. But anyway, Columbus said he propositioned him, and he did not go. Okay, he did not go. Hmm. Ain't that something? And right, somebody said he got. I believe he got blackballed too, not because not because of what he had going on with his wife, simply because he turned them down. And you got people like 50 Cent. See, 50, when it comes to changing of the guards, 50 been speaking out about Jay-Z for years. 50 ain't scared of Jay-Z. 50 ain't never been scared of, not Jay-Z. 50 ain't never been scared of 50 ain't never been scared of Diddy. And I think the reason why 50 ain't scared of Diddy is simply because y'all remember Diddy had been shot uh 9 times or whatever, right? I think they try to take out Diddy. I think they try to take out um Lord Jesus. I think they try to take out 50 Cent. Is who I'm talking about. I think they tried to take out 50 Cent and they didn't want to give him a shot. Diddy didn't want to give him a shot or nothing. The person that got Diddy on and gave him a shot because Diddy 50 Cent wasn't fooling with Diddy because he told y'all the story, and I'm gonna say allegedly that Diddy asked him, did he want to go shopping? And and Diddy was like and 50 Cent like, no, that's what you do with girls. You ask women to go shopping. You know what I mean? And then I heard a story, y'all, because I've been doing my research. Allegedly, they say that the gang spent 2 years traveling the world with Diddy. And I'm thinking, well, hold up. Yep, 50, he real petty and he ain't scared of nobody. You know what I mean? He never would have got a shot. They tried to get rid of him. He never would have got a shot. Interestingly enough, if it wasn't for Eminem. Eminem got 50 on. And I find that very interesting. Eminem got 50 on. And Dr. Dre got Eminem on. So I'm like, oh, okay. All right, I see what's going on. But after 50 was up under Eminem's wing, did nobody try to mess with me no more? Did he or nothing? Because see, that's the other camp. You see what I'm saying? But when it comes to the changing of the guard, 50 is kind of he a loose cannon, you know. And so we're gonna have to wait to see. The game done had this, but child, ain't no telling get a life. Ain't no telling, but he was. Why is you traveling around with Diddy for 2 years and he buying you everything and he paying for everything? You know what I mean? But you still ain't dropped no records with him or nothing in 2 years, but you just traveling around with him for 2 years. Don't that sound like Farnsworth Bentley? And Farnsworth Bentley, I think he got, he got rid of Farnsworth Bentley when in the making the band stuff. He started taking, he started talking crazy to Farnsworth. But I really do think them stories is true when they say allegedly that Farnsworth Bentley was Diddy's concubine. I believe that running around with that umbrella. But what a lot of people don't know about, y'all remember Farnsworth with the umbrella and stuff? Was going around with Diddy. They got Farnsworth over there and introduced him with Diddy. Farnsworth met Diddy, they say, allegedly in Atlanta. But Farnsworth Bentley is also an artist. He also an artist. He did a couple of songs with a couple of people. But miraculously, after Diddy didn't want to, was done with Farnsworth disappeared. I think he was blacklisted too after he got rid of the brother. You know what I mean? Because now Farnsworth Bentley done moved back to Atlanta, and he got a wife. He got a wife, and he got a wife and 2 sons now. But I'm thinking, is Farnsworth gonna come out? You know what I mean? Because they say he put some kind of cryptic message on Twitter and all of this and all of that, and you know what I mean. So we're gonna have to see because people want some of these men to speak up that Diddy done stuff to and stuff. But like I said, Columbus Short spoke up. What's his name? 50 Cents been clowning him for years. You know what I mean? And I even heard allegedly that some of these, y'all know, okay, let's go back to Cassie and her lawsuit, right? And so we read what Cassie had to say, and at one point, Cassie said something about like Diddy's assistant used to help her set up the BBC, the black the black male escorts and stuff like that. Her and I think the assistant was Farnsworth. That's who I think the assistant was, if you ask me, because he sure was around back then. You know what I mean? Yeah, Kim Porter, man. You know what I mean? Kim Porter. Wow. But yeah, I mean, he took out. They say he allegedly took out Kim Porter via poison, allegedly, because she was doing that tell-all book. Can you imagine if she wrote a tell-all book and start telling all? Because Kim Porter had been around since 1993, and 93 and not between 93 and 94 is when Bad Boy Records start taking off. So she was there from the beginning. Of course, he don't want Kim Porter to do a tell-all book. You know what I mean? Diddy Lady T, I didn't know that. Lady T says when Diddy got done with Bentley, he put out a public message for replacement. Now, see, I didn't know that. Yeah, he does have a beautiful family, right? So this, I think Bentley got scared so bad he went to Atlanta. And you know, in Atlanta they got they got a whole lot of a whole download culture still now. In the light of day, you know, they got families and they got kids, but in the night when it comes to Atlanta, you know, it's a whole other different scenario. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. What? Oh, you think so? Get it live? If anything, shoot, I ain't even gonna go there. But yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, that's I want to show y'all Farnsworth, right? So let me tell y'all, I really feel that when it comes to Diddy, and that this is just my opinion, and it's allegedly, I think that Diddy fooling around with death magic, and I think that them demons been bound to him forever, and they dragging him down. I know one of the first videos I did about Diddy, I said the devil done came for its due. Do you see what I'm saying? And I think it's time for him to pay up. And I also think it's a change in the guard. So I think it's a couple of things going on at one time. But as far as him dancing around in the synagogue of Satan, Satan gonna give you what you want. He'll give you your desires. But eventually he gonna come for your soul. But it don't matter how far did he run, he can't outrun Satan. He can't outrun Satan. You know what I mean? Now I put something on my wall last night about let me read this. Tiffany said, don't he look crazy? He look crazy. They say he talked to himself now and everything. I was like, oh, but they call Kanye crazy. Okay. All right. But Kanye even done spoke out against Diddy. Ain't that something? A lot of people been, you know, black media won't talk about it because they still scared of him. They don't know which way, you know what I mean, the pendulum gonna fall. But it's gonna fall on top of Diddy's neck because it's time they're finna Bill Cosby his butt. Okay? And they talking about they're gonna have a class action lawsuit allegedly in California because that Adult Survivors Act is still at play, is still in effect in California. Now it ran out in New York, but it's still a law in California. And Cassie's friend came out talking about all the emotional distress that she had to endure because of what she seen her friend going through. That's what Cassie's friend came out and said. I'm like, oh, okay, this the planet. Because that lawyer, the way he took down Weinstein, that's the way he gonna take down Diddy. But see, you got to understand when you got people that you dealing with, when they dealing with these soul suckers, people like CD I was talking about, and them higher ups, the people that is really, really over the synagogue of Satan, because it ain't no melanated person. That's why you should never go in that ring right there. Even Jay-Z fooling around in that ring, and it's documented proof that Jay-Z fooling around in the synagogue of Satan, because he got pictures with that blood witch over there. He was fooling with the blood witch until Beyonce came along. What you think about his connection to TD? I know I don't understand that about. I mean, I can imagine. I haven't really sat down and listened to nothing about that, but I seen the pictures and stuff. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that TD Jakes go to them parties that Diddy be having. I ain't surprised. TD Jakes, when it comes to TD Jakes, we know you know he would make good in Atlanta. I'm gonna put it that way. Mm. I would like to invite you joining us on a panel, Young MIA, where we will be reading Cassie's lawsuit and conversation. Is that right, Young MIA? Where you having it at, baby? Let me know when the panel is. And if I'm available, I absolutely join the panel. Absolutely. MIA. That remind me, Kamora Lee Simmons also spoke out on Diddy. Yeah, her house caught fire. Ain't that something? Cause see, Kamora and you know, Kamora and Kim Porter was real close friends. So, you know, folks don't know, you know, Russell Simmons already our way what Russell Simmons at? On some island somewhere, you know, playing like he's super sapien Buddha or something. Cause they was coming for him and he left the country. Like I said, changing the guards, changing of the guards. Got to pay attention to what's going on. You know what I mean? That's right. Getting like money is the root of all evil. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Of all evil, it will be chopping it up with barbershop talk to you. Oh, thank you, young MI. Please leave me a message on my community wall or under one of the videos, and wherever you leave the message, let me know the day and the time, and I'll absolutely be there. Absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me. I would also like to invite you, Can I? Absolutely, I will totally be there. Absolutely, no problem. If I can, just let me know the day and the time, and I'll let you know. But anyway, y'all done got me off what I was talking about. Um, yeah, when it come to Diddy and this death magic and binding himself to demons and stuff, because he was twerking around over there in the synagogue of Satan. That's why he looks so crazy right now. That's why I say the devil coming for his due. Do you see what I'm saying? Missing, and I do y'all remember? Okay, like on Cassie's statement, on one part, she talks about how at one point in time or one incident, the escorts and her and Diddy put on masks, right? What that sound like? They wore a mask. Do you think? I don't think it was because Diddy was trying to hide himself from the escort, from the BBC escort, because they knew what was up. He had showed himself before with the escorts. They was running all in and out of his house with Cassie and all of them, right? See, now when it comes to Diddy, you got to pay attention. Diddy, he already doing them otomy rituals, right? Which I believe he already doing them otomy. If y'all know what I'm talking about, rituals. When it comes to the synagogue of Satan, why was it so relevant? That's right, fun girl. Why was it so relevant for him to have Cassie there in the midst of all of this? It wasn't because it was a cover. He didn't need no beard in the privacy of his own home. You know what I mean? But the reason why Cassie was there, the reason why he made Cassie get a mask, be involved in some of this stuff, because every once in a while he was doing a ritual. He needed that feminine energy. Okay? He needed that feminine energy in the midst of that ritual. You got the BBC over here with all this melanin. You sucking him dry because of that otomy ritual that you performing. You draining his energy, right? And then you draining that feminine energy from Cassie. And here you are in the midst of it. You the one doing the draining. You the one sucking it all up because you done bound yourself to a demon. Okay? Think about it. Think about it. You sucking energy. You getting a whole lot of power from that melanin and that otomy ritual that you performing. Because that ritual was also performed on you when it come to CD, and that's what indoctrinated you. Okay? Think about it. Hey, Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson say, I want to know what happened with him and Usher. Shoot, I can imagine. This is very hush hush clap the CD. Top CD taught him well, Jay Wilson. You right, and it wasn't even just Usher. It was a whole lot of young boys. It wasn't just Usher. What about Jay Wilson? You remember Can We Talk? What was his name? For a minute. It was him. And I was just talking about how the industry, all these young people, they start at like 15 to 16 years old. They start with them young. I was talking about Ashanti, not just Ashanti. Y'all remember Tierra Marie? Tierra Marie, Ashanti. Tierra Marie was blackballed. Yeah, Tevin Campbell. Tevin Campbell, Usher, a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of them. You can name them. They started out real young. They say Usher did the same thing. Not Usher, Diddy. Usher has been at. Yeah, I don't even know if Usher would ever. Yeah, that's Quincy Jones. But I'm saying as far as when they start out with him young, that's what I mean. When I mentioned Tevin Campbell, that was just an example how they get them young. They're not even 18 years old yet. You know what I mean? They're not even grown. They kids. So you using this, and then the younger when it come to and you got to realize, y'all tell me, because if you've been around me for a while and you've been on my channel, What did I say the strongest magic was? What is the strongest magic? We talked about this when I talked about yeah. Oh, Disney. Oh my God. That's why half of them crazy, Jay Wilson. That's why on the other end, half of them come out crazy as hell. Look at what happened to old girl. What is her name? That's right, blood. Thank you. And children. Thank exactly. Blood and children. That's the strongest magic. The youngest you can get them, the younger you can get them, the more innocent they are. Britney Spears. Thank you, Jay Wilson. How they did Britney Spears, and you can't tell me her daddy didn't allegedly didn't sell her. And that's just my opinion. I think that man sold that girl to the highest bidder. Look at, and then that's been going on for a while. The earliest girl I heard them doing doing strange things to Hollywood. Yeah, I remember Shirley Temples. I know Jay Wilson remember Shirley Temples. You know what I mean? I don't know something about y'all younger people, but us older people, we remember Shirley Temple. Shirley Temple's story is online right now, right here on YouTube. hmm Think about it. Think about it. Shirley Temple. What's that lady used to do the flying nun? I can't think of her name. She did her most famous movie was the one about the blind lady. Her. They talked about how they did her in Hollywood when she was young. Now this is way back. I mean, me and Jay Wilson wasn't even born back then. So this has been going on for yep, Judy Garland. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Claude. Quincy Jones and Clive Davis have been in Hollywood. Yeah, they've been gatekeepers since, yeah. It's a changing of the guard now. You know what I mean? It's a changing of the guard. Marilyn Monroe, Sally Fields, that's her name. Yep, Cary Grant. You know what? Cary Grant is very interesting. Because they say Cary Grant was gay, right? Allegedly. People that say he was gay. But and then they marketed him, especially back then, as a straight man, but behind the scenes, you know what I mean? See, they said he was gay, but Jay Wilson said very gay. We know Lizzo just got in trouble for sex rituals within her group. You're right about that, Spine. I didn't think about that, but yeah, I can believe it. Absolutely. Anyway, when it comes to uh uh Cary Grant, it's a lot of stories about him, about Cary Grant, and how even back then the producers kept, and not only people like Gomer Pyle and stuff like that. It's stories about Gomer Pyle and all of this and all that. And it's just like it's always been a synagogue of Satan. Always been a synagogue of Satan. Always been a synagogue of Satan. Sick May says, what's crazy is how they use those famous black billionaire celebrities to negative. That's right. Especially Rock Hudson, right? Rock Hudson is the one I was thinking about, Kenna. Not Cary Grant, but I was thinking about Rock Hudson. Mm-hmm. 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 Clark was a sex symbol, but he was gay. Yeah, that's how they did it. Now I like Sick May's comment right here. Let me put this back up here. Cause circling back around to Diddy, when it comes to how they use these influence. Now, Diddy, if y'all know, was before the age of the influencer, right? But when Diddy and Tupac, we gotta talk about Tupac too. When Diddy and Tupac was alive, I think, like I said, when it comes to Diddy ain't never been talented to me, in my opinion. That's why he was always jumping on the records and all this and all that. But he didn't even come out with his solo record until Tupac and Biggie was dead, both of them. He been implicated by the security guards and a whole lot, and some other people allegedly that he played a part in not only Tupac's death, assassination, but also Biggie Smalls assassination. There's a channel called I think it's called Dialogue. They talked about dialogue. I'm trying to read. I need to start reading. Dialogue. There's a channel called Dialogue, and he does all these interviews, and he's been doing interviews with Diddy's guards and stuff like that. I saw an interview today that Dialogue did with Tupac's biological father. Now let me tell you about Tupac and energy. Let's talk about Tupac. But as far as Diddy, child, mm-mm, mm-mm. Let's talk about Tupac's. Let me find a picture. Biological father. His name is Billy Garland. And you know, when it comes to Tupac, Tupac is legacy when it comes to the Black Panther Party. And that's the reason why I say he was assassinated. Let me see if I can find this picture. Tupac, but they wanted you to think that Tupac died when it came to the East Coast, West Coast, and all of this and all. I thought I put this picture. But here you go. They wanted us to think for years that Tupac, you know, it was a gang related East Coast, West Coast, and all of this and all that. No, it was more than that. It was more than that. You know what I mean? Don't he get a life? Yeah, he said been watching all that stuff on YT. Diddy is done everyone coming out. But yeah, he done everybody wrong. He did black people wrong. At the end of the day, Diddy really don't even like himself. He always want to be a star like a Biggie or a Tupac. That's why they said he tried to mimic Tupac and you know and everything he did. But he's never been a star. He never been a star. But he coveted them. He coveted them. You know what I mean? Especially Tupac. Now, let me tell you about Tupac's energy, right? The reason why he was assassinated. When it comes to black people, I think the reason why Tupac was gone because he had, who knows, you know, which way Tupac could have moved the black community if he had been alive. Like his father is still alive. This is his biological father on the screen. His name is Billy Garland, and he was an original member of the Black Panther Party. And we know Tupac's mama was Afeni Shakur. They tried to imprison Afeni Shakur, and she defended herself in court and won. We know Tupac shot two unarmed police officers because they was harassing another black man, and that black man was trying to come home from work. Tupac didn't know that they was undercover police officers, but he shot them, and he won the case. You know, so but but say you get somebody with the reach of Tupac before the internet, he was an influencer even back then. Can you imagine how? Because he was a little bit, he was hot headed and he was still young. But if he was allowed to grow up, get old as his father, can you imagine the positive impact that he would have had on the black community as opposed to this gangster rap that took over? But before they really could get that gangster rap, in the bloodstream of the black community, what did they have to do? They had to take out Tupac and Diddy. See, they took out Tupac for more than they assassinated Tupac, in my opinion, not because no East Coast, West Coast stuff. Tupac had lived on both coasts. Then they tried to imply that Biggie did it, right? Biggie had something to do with it. Biggie didn't have nothing to do with it. He was assassinated, not because of his rap music, not because he was in drama, but because of his, that's right, he was a revolutionary, right? He had it in his blood. He was a legacy, and they had to get rid of that. Just like they had to squash the Black Panther Party, just like they had to squash Fred Hampton, just like they had to squash Malcolm X, just like they had to squash Martin Luther King. That's just like they had to squash Khalid Muhammad. That's in my mind. This is just my theory. That's why they got rid of Tupac. Then they try to make it seem like it was some East Coast, West Coast stuff, and it's just my theory. All this is allegedly. Then they try to make it like so it was some East Coast, West Coast stuff, and they got Biggie. But and another reason why they got Biggie, in my opinion, that was Diddy right there. Because Biggie, they say Biggie and Diddy had started getting into it, and Diddy always wanted to be a star because Diddy made more money after Diddy made more money after Biggie was dead. Bad Boy Records really blew up after Diddy and Pac was dead. You got to ask yourself why. Why? All of that. Think about all of that energy, though. Think about all of that esoteric energy around her to the synagogue of Satan. Think about all of that esoteric energy. It took Diddy over 20 years to give Biggie's publishing rights back to his family. after it ain't worth nothing no more. Think about it. I think the elite white trillionaires are who are influencing our black communities will replace the absolutely. Oh, you know what, Sack man? Yeah, you make a good point. You make a good point when it come around to dancing with in the synagogue of Satan over there. You know why they treat women so bad in the synagogue of Satan? And they move them around with the S trafficking and they SAing them all the time and all of this and all of that. They sucking their energy out. They suck Whitney Houston dry. They sucked her dry. But R. Kelly told us he ain't the only one. And he wasn't lying, was he? He said, I ain't the only one. But he wasn't lying because we see what's going on now, right? R. Kelly said he ain't the only one. He ain't the only one. He wasn't lying. Y'all please hit the like button if you don't mind. They replace Aaliyah with Beyonce. Because exactly said, man, I had talked about that earlier. Didn't I talk about that earlier, y'all? And then if y'all came in late, please be part of the replay gang. Go back to the start of this video. Y'all know they're not gonna monetize this video. I hope you guys show me some love. I appreciate it. On my cash app or super chat. And I hope they don't flag my video. Mmm. Mmm. You right about that, the wobble. And they even do that right today with you. Hey, Big Man TV. You won that drag fest like last night. You was on one. Y'all Big Man said, I got time tonight. He skull dragged that nincompoop over there. I was like, I was getting my whole life. She couldn't even hang with Big Man TV. I was like, woo! Oh, he's dragged the heck out of Dusty Feet Child over there on D Spot channel. Anyway, child, they sure did. There'll never be another. Yeah, there'll never be another Whitney. They did Bobby Christina. Yeah, they did Bobby Christina wrong too, cause she knew too much. Absolutely, people try to see. That's right. When you go to looking deeper and you really start digging into things, you welcome BMTV. You start really digging into things. You you really start to see what's going on, and it's all because they dance around in the synagogue of Satan and they sell a soul to these demons. And let me tell you what's going on right now. I put a picture on my wall last night, on my community wall. I said, "Who wore the wig? Who wore the wig best? Jay-Z or what's that little fella named Lil Nas X?" Now I'm wanting to know. Hold on a minute, I got to get his picture. I'm wanting to know, because they started with the younger generation with Lil Nas X. Now say that they say Lil Nas X was signed at 15 years old to some Anglo, right? And the Anglo is what had him, doing all this stuff with blood and twerking on the devil on that video and all of this and all of that stuff. But why Lil Nas X had been getting flack on the internet because he done made a Christian song, right? So I'm thinking, well, what's done scared Lil Nas X to the point to where he write Christian songs and stuff? What's up with that? Wonder what he saw that scared the heck out of him. You know what I mean? Think about it. What did he see? And he's been indoctrinated early too. He one of the ones that was indoctrinated early. But what did he see, wonder, that made him, doing his Christians, start doing his Christianity and stuff, going back to God. Justin Bieber did the same thing. What did Justin Bieber see that he got involved with that preacher trying to save his soul? You got to ask yourself that, and it's step out. Yeah, Batula Shakur, you right about that, the Wabba. The FBI was, in my opinion, allegedly, but in my opinion, yes, the FBI was very, very afraid of Tupac. That's why I brought that up. Absolutely, they was afraid of him. Anytime you get a black man that is capable of leading the black community in an uplifting way, he gonna be assassinated. Think about it. All the way back to Marcus Garvey. They're gonna get rid of him some kind of way. If they can't buy him off and turn him coon, like they're doing Deion Sanders right now, but that's another video. They're gonna assassinate. Yep. Think about it. In my opinion, this is just my theory. This is just my opinion, and let me say allegedly. Okay. Mm. They eventually go. Yeah, they run back to God. So Lil Nas X, you know, he did the video twerking on the devil, and then he had them shoes with blood in them in the soles, actual blood in the sole of the shoe, and all this and all that, doing all this crazy stuff, right? But what did he? What's that happened to him? Did he want to go back to Christianity? Huh? Think about it. I say at night, because it seems like after you leave church or during the day, becomes the mm, 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 mm. Because it's all about your soul spawn at the end of the day. Like I say, the devil coming to pay his due, coming to get his due when it comes to Diddy. And when you dance around in the synagogue of Satan, they're gonna give you what you want. They're gonna give you your shiny objects, especially if you are melanated, especially with your blood. See, the thing about Diddy is the problem with Diddy, the way he did his people, all the people that he was doing wrong, you don't know who their ancestors, you don't know who their ancestors are. So you dancing around in the synagogue of Satan and you doing all this weak magic that you done learned, all these weak rituals and stuff, and and then you doing all these black people wrong, spinning spells, death spells, otomy spells, all this and all that, draining them of their energy, but you don't know who their ancestors are. What if their ancestors is dealing with real rituals, and they coming back on you? That's why when you put out bad, you get bad back. And when it comes to and when it comes to messing around with magic, Magick, not that magic you see on these little TVs and stuff. Dog, I'm talking about when you really start spinning spells, like fooling with voodoo and stuff like that. There's always a price. Even if you spinning a love spell, there's always a price. And when it comes to death rituals, you might get what you want, and the person might be unalive, but also they're chipping away at your soul a little bit at a time. That's why he looks so bad now. So in the front, you got Tupac gone, but in the back, who was sacrificed in Diddy's camp for that? Because you always got to pay. You always got to pay. That's how it works. That's why you shouldn't fool with it. Like I told y'all, in my opinion, anybody that's ADOS or descendant of slavery, you should not mess with voodoo. Because my grandmama told me, don't never mess with voodoo. You can do the roots, but don't never mess with voodoo because your blood ain't strong enough. The reason why blood ain't strong enough, if you are ADOS, in my opinion, is because of slavery. It's because of you know, how the slave master did us. We don't have that blood as strong as our ancestors. So you can't fool with voodoo because it'll turn on you too quick. And witchcraft, that weak stuff. I wouldn't even entertain that because I'm like, no. Mm-mm. Hey, Journey, can you be my temporary moderator and put my stuff up? That even that Illuminati stuff they be talking about, that's just a knockoff of African rituals and African magic, and African spirituality. It's a knockoff. That's all. And their blood ain't strong enough. That's why it always turn out so bad for them. But when you somebody like Diddy dancing around in the synagogue of Satan, and not only Diddy, a whole lot of them, it's never gonna turn. It's never gonna be well with you. It's never gonna work well in the end. Thank you, Journey. It ain't gonna come out good for you. So I just want to know what spooked up Lil Nas X. What's got him? What spooked him up, or what do we see that got him writing Christian songs now? But first, you was twerking on the devil and putting blood inside of actual sneakers and selling it to young people. Now you want to do Christian songs? I want to know what spooked him. That's what I want to know. What spooked him? Hmm? And don't you find this interesting? This picture right here. I felt like this picture right here was so sad because two of these people are now gone. Then the demon is still here. I found this picture so sad. So sad. Ain't that something? Growing up in a so-called black community, we was taught to smile and say cheese. When you taking a picture, this guy didn't smile. Like where you from, fam? Mm. They told him he was doing too much. Mm. 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 I think this picture is so sad right here when I look at it. I think it's so sad. And it's so unnecessary that Kim Porter is gone as well as Biggie. Because like I said, when it come to Biggie being unalived, I think it was to cover I think that really was uh a couple of things. I think that it was Mr. Mr. Demon himself over here. What is his name? Diddy. I think it was his ego. I think he was jealous of Biggie. Right, right, right. How y'all last? I be thinking about what in the world did I get myself into? Right. I think that he was jealous of Biggie. I think he wanted Biggie's fame because he always wanted to be a star himself. I think that, in my opinion, allegedly, it was some sort of sacrifice because they needed Biggie's energy because of that melanin and his blood. You can't never, 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 never ever think that your melanated self, they not only want your melanin, they also want your blood. They want to suck everything out of you, like they did it back in slavery. Work you till you dead. SAU, till you start spitting out all these big children. That's why our blood ain't strong enough. You see what I mean? You gotta think about things like that. You just gotta take it beyond the obvious. They teach you not to critically think no more. They don't want you to critically think about it, what's really going on behind the scenes, but they don't mind you thinking about the tea and the drama. But when you start breaking it down, that's what they don't want you to do. That's why I want to do this video. They don't want you to really think about what's going on, the esoteric nature of things. They don't want you to think about that. Look at Kim Porter. She was supposed to write a tell-all book, and then all of a sudden she gonna die of bacterial pneumonia. Okay, all right. But my thing, what if there's a rough draft of her book floating around somewhere? What if that's why Kimora Lee Simmons' house caught fire? What if Diddy, now this is just my theory. What if he's actively been looking for that book all these years and can't find it? Or what if he did find it? It'd be a shame if he did find it and some rough drafts ain't sleeping around, ain't floating around. Because I would really love to read that book. I would really love to read that book. Biggie was the eye for an eye sacrifice. For Tupac, it wasn't a coincidence that they were unalive. See, that's right. That's right, Cloud. I agree with you. Guess what if the book came out um in the war? Right, that's true. I bet everything she talked about in that book and whatever she might have prophesied in that book, I bet it's all coming to fruition now. Because we're in the age of Aquarius and it's a changing of the guard. hmm Keisha Nash just passed away, and she spoke on Diddy too in a book. Oh wow, she was good friends with him. Is that lady that made that book, that Bling book, or something like that? Is that woman? Or if that's not her name, who was that woman that wrote that Bling book? And she talked about a lot about Diddy and what was going on with him in that book. And now she unalive now. She ain't here no more. Mm-mm. I mean, he was really, when it come to Diddy, he is so disgusting. Not only does he hate himself, he had the nerve to be hurting, people via the music industry, treating them people like they were slaves, buying them and selling them, using them all up and then unaliving them. You know what I mean? That's slave mentality. That's slave master mentality. Do you see what I'm saying? Think about it. That is slave master mentality. And you got the nerve to be doing that to your own people. Ain't that something? But that's all right, because every dog have his day. You got to remember that. Hmm. But R. Kelly, like I said, R. Kelly said it ain't just me. Mm-mm. And then after they get through with Diddy, because they gonna be a Cosby's, but that lawyer they got in, I think that he is from the I think that he is from the circle, and I think they bring him in when it's time to change the guard, because he got rid of Weinstein. Do you see what I'm saying? He got rid of Weinstein. Pay attention to what's going on. When you dance around in the synagogue of Satan, eventually they're gonna chop your head off too. When you ain't making them no money no more, or you ain't of use to them no more. Hmm. What you say? All y'all lying. Stop. She ain't hiding now. I wouldn't be surprised. And you got Russell Simmons talking about something. She stole $800 million from me, and all of this and all of that. You got him saying, "Don't nobody care about that stuff." Child. Oh, Stephanie said, I didn't know this. Andre Harwell was coming out with a book. And Craig Mack was coming out with a documentary, and Heavy D also was coming out with a book. All of them gone. Ain't that something, Stephanie? It's very interesting when you talk about Craig Mack, because they said, Craig Mack, he went to he caught the three letters, and they say he caught the three letters. And then he went to a cult. He gone now. But my thing is, man, did Craig Mack catch the three letters, or was the three letters injected into him like they say it was allegedly done to what's this fella name in California? Uh his name went right out of my head. He died quick, and he was with Suge Knight. Oh Lord, what was his name? And Dr. Dre and all them. I wasn't allegedly injected when it comes to Craig Mack, like they did old boy in California. I can't think of his name right now. Easy E, thank you. Easy E, I'm talking about Easy E. Right, right. Thank y'all. All of them started Uptown reveals together. But her fight, I talked about that earlier, Stephanie. But both of them was mentored by CD. Hmm. Yeah, like a week after Andre Harrell fired him, you know what I mean? That's when Bad Boy Records came up. Quig was complaining about his money. Yeah, yeah, Stephanie. He was complaining about his money. And just like Mace ran and hid behind the church, Craig Mack, I think, did that too. Think about it. The show is awfully convenient. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Ain't that something? Well, like I said, when they dancing around in the synagogue of Satan, they gonna have to pay their due eventually. Okay? Jay-Z, Jamie Foxx, and Morgan Freeman are next. Mark my words. Woo-wee. Eddie Griffin said it best. Black men never leave Hollywood clean. Ain't that something? And I believe that, Claude. Yeah, absolutely. Never leave Hollywood clean. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Now you got a few of them that refuse to bend over and be buck broke. You know what I mean? Because really, it's modern day buck breaking, in my opinion. But it's so insidious because you got somebody like Diddy doing the buck breaking. Ain't that something? The man ain't got a buck break you no more. he'll send his underling down to break it. Because if you ain't gonna bend over, you ain't gonna make it around here. That's what they telling him. Eddie Griffin and Cat Williams knows. Yeah, they know some things, huh? They shut Cat up though a little bit. Cat said, I was speaking out about him, and I got a respect for him now. I still don't trust him. I ain't gonna fool with him, but I got a certain type of respect for him now. Because they took Cat down through there. Mm-hmm. So did. But Diddy, I don't feel no kind of ways about him. I don't feel sorry about him. I don't care about nothing that's gonna happen to him. It don't move me in no kind of way, cause that's what he get. That's what he get for dancing around in the synagogue of Satan. That's what he get. He gonna be crying on national TV like R. Kelly. I'm fighting for my life, man. Blah 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 and blah blah blah. Okay, but who next though? Do y'all think he next? Could be. Could be indeed. But you gotta remember, Jay-Z is smarter than Diddy. They say they good friends. He ain't coming out in defense of his friend though. Wonder why Jay-Z ain't coming out of it in defense of his friend. You know why? Cause it's indefensible. But don't let JD fool you. He was twerking around there with that blood magic too, with that blood witch he was fooling with before Beyonce came along and snatched him away from the blood witch. And the blood witch I had a problem with it ever since then. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. I know that's right, Cloud. I agree with you. They started the whole family. They started in Hollywood young too. They sucked them dry. Absolutely. hmm They tried that stuff on Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle went to Africa, and Dave Chappelle ain't the only one went to Africa. What's his name? The Fridays dude. I can't think of his name. He went to Africa. He took him a long sabbatical as well. Ain't it something that they always run to Africa? What is his name? Um, Dang, I can't think of his name. He was on Friday. Oh man. But he ran to Africa too. And allegedly got rid of some people. Absolutely. Right. Right. Who's next? Good question. I agree with that. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. But like I said, Jay-Z is smarter than Diddy. He's smarter than Diddy. But when they come for I think they still eventually gonna come for him. Because I do believe that it's a change in the guard. And you mark my words, those melanated people that dance. Chris Tucker, thank you, Miss B. You dancing around in the synagogue of Satan, the devil gonna come get his due. But before the devil get his due, they gonna suck all that melanated power out of you if they can. That synagogue is gonna suck all your melanated power out of you if they can. Every last drop, then they gonna drop you off by the wayside. Okay? I'm sure the synagogue of Satan isn't a small group. Far as no, it's not a small group. I agree with you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But so you get movies like I'd what in the movie. Sometime in the movie is trying to hip us up to what's going on. Look at all of those virus movies. Those what do you call them? Those contagion movies and all of this and all that. You know what I mean? They made them movies for years. Then Obama in 2016 came out and told us about a whole task force, a whole what do you call it? Disease task force. And then after Obama got out of office, then of course you got 45 in office, and he got rid of that whole task force. And then a little while after that, what attacked the world? C-19 attacked the world, attacked the world. But the movie's been telling us about it before it happened. Obama came out with that task force. 45 gets in the office, the orange man, and then it happens. Ain't that something? But we had been warned. It's just like that movie Eyes Wide Shut and a couple of them other movies. Those what was the name of the other movie? I don't think it was Zydus. It was some movie they had it on Netflix for a long time, but people started talking about it and then they snatched it down. Oh, I can't think of the name of that movie. They be telling you what's going on. You know what I mean? They be trying to warn you and give you insight and stuff, but folks just see it, on the outside. They don't think no deeper. That's the issue, in my opinion. Now, this is just my opinion. This whole video has been allegedly, but these are my opinions and my opinions alone. These are my theories and my theories alone. Okay? hmm They have been saying things about Jay for years, way before Diddy, and nothing has come of it. I'm not saying his hands are clean, but in my opinion, he hasn't done near as bad. Now, see, Tiffany, we don't know that though, because like I said, Jay Z is smarter. He is smarter than Diddy. You see what I'm saying? He more sneaky. He more slithery. You know what I mean? In my opinion, and he's smarter about what he do. Because we don't know his body count either for real. Because he hush hush about his stuff. He do it in a different way. We don't know his body count either. When it comes to them young girls, we don't know his body count. Okay? When it comes to all the underhanded things he done, because he did deal with blood magic, is where he dealt with that magic as well, that witchcraft as well, because that blood witch he was fooling around with over there, and he done been photographed with that blood witch. I refuse to say her name. hmm But Beyonce came along and snatched him away from that blood witch. And then after that, Beyonce starts coming out with talking about the Orisha. Because she got that Creole in her, and all of that implies, around the New Orleans way, cause of her mama. Come on now. Kathy White that Jay was allegedly dating. She was really no, I didn't, Stephanie. Klaus said Jay Z's marriage to Beyonce is the only thing saving him right now. He better hold on to it for the child. Cloud, you make a good point. But if they want to come for him, you know what I mean? They come and it don't matter who he married to. So yeah. I look at how they already uplifted Taylor Swift. Pay attention to what's going on. See, Beyonce had Beyonce did the tour, the Renaissance tour. It was a success, but they keep lifting up Taylor Swift's tour, right? They got her on the front of Time magazine as the year's most influential person and all of this and all of that. They won't never give Beyonce her flowers. And all of this and all that. You gotta ask yourself why. You gotta ask yourself why. Why don't Beyonce? But the people, we love Beyonce, and you can't ignore her. At the end of the day, you got to give her props. But why does the industry always shun Beyonce? I find it very interesting. Very, very interesting. You know, is it because Beyonce don't need no blood witch or no witchcraft? Is it because she can go to the Orisha herself? Is that a battle right there within itself when it comes to these circles of Satan, these synagogues of Satan? Ask yourself what's really going on with that. Because when it comes to people like Beyonce and Erykah Badu, that's another whole video. That's another whole video. You know what I mean? But yeah, another whole video. But anyway, y'all please hit the like button on the door. This is my hour. It's been about almost an hour and 30 minutes. I really want to bring out this video because, like I said, black media is scared to talk about what's going on with Diddy. Oh, that's a good one, Miss. Oh, dang. I never looked at it there. Yeah, absolutely. I just want to give y'all a different take on what's really going on. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, what's really going it's about so much more than what R. Kelly did, or so much more than what Diddy did, or Jay-Z did, or who you gotta go back to Tupac. You know what I mean? Gotta take it back to there And look at the esoteric reason why Tupac Shakur wasn't allowed to live as long as he did. And they had a couple of people coming in, couple of different groups coming at Tupac, wanting to silence him. They had to. They had to. Because they know what he would have become. See, he wouldn't have stayed a gangster rapper. He'd have been this era's version of Malcolm X, in my opinion. For real. He would have transcended the industry. Transcended it. That's how powerful he was. And he was coming into this power. So they had to assassinate him before he actually came into his power. But he was coming into it. He was getting a hold to it. That's why he was so wild. I mean, he freaking legacy. And then you talk about black power, that's black power right there. Tupac Shakur. Tupac Amari Shakur. He had it coursing out through his blank veins. He was raised up in it. I mean, when your daddy is Billy Garland, your stepdaddy is Matulu, your mama is a Phoenix Shakur, for God's sakes. What I mean, hello? What else can you be except for a revolutionary? What else can you be? You was raised up in it. You can't be nothing else. And they knew that. They knew it. Sure did. In my opinion. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here, y'all. Y'all got me talking. I don't know how many twists and turns. But like I said, I really want to break it down when it comes to that synagogue of Satan. I want to talk about what's going on, what else is going on that you don't see, that you don't think about, that sometimes we don't think about. Like I said, we always look on the outside, but when you start delving on the inside of things and really critically thinking about it, you realize that, hey, what's really going on here? And then you take it back to the synagogue of Satan and other places, them demons that you binding yourself to. Thank you, Journey, and all of that. Look for the BET interview Tupac did with Ed Garden, and then you'll know why they unalived him. Ain't that something? Ain't that something, Cloud? I watched that interview a couple of times. I sure did. I know exactly the interview you talking about. I sure do. Yep. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of y'all. Cloud, I hope how's the Queen doing, Cloud? Can you tell me real fast? Cause y'all know we were sending a prayers and positive energy towards Cloud's wife because she had been hospitalized. The last I heard, Cloud, I hope the Queen is doing okay. I said, you back online, so she must be doing okay. You tell her I said hi, Cloud, and I'm still praying for her, sending her positive energy and positive vibes. Absolutely. But Cloud, how's she doing though? If you're still on her, you know. Y'all know Cloud is a very honorable man. He always take care of his wife. He even take care of his wife's mother. You know. We love us some Cloud, child. Mm-mm. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna leave y'all on that note. I want y'all to be safe out here. Thanks for listening to, you know, and please consider, if you just listen and consider and think about the power in your melanin, and think about why they want to suck out the energy of some people dry, especially if you are melanated. Just think about that. The power that you have that you don't know you have. And can you imagine? Oh, Klaus says she's doing well, Auntie. And you know that we love you. And the nomads forever. Thank you, Cloud. Thank you, Cloud. Love you too. And please tell the Queen I say, hey, give her a hug for me, please. But think about all that power that we have via this melanin in our skin. Because, like I said, we are not only connected to the universe via our melanin, we are also connected to Mother Nature, the earth, and we are also connected to the sun. You take all that energy and you know how to harness it, that ain't nothing but power. But they keep us, saturated with nonsense. Keep your head blowed up in a pursuit of shiny objects. keep you thinking about the wrong thing till it's too late. But they don't want a Tupac to come along, and get you together and really get you to thinking. They don't want a Tupac come along and incite another revolution, which is what they don't want. They don't want that to happen because they fear a black planet. Okay? Don't you ever think they don't. They don't want that to happen. That can't happen. But just think about if you knew how to harness all that power that you got, how different things could be. But that's okay. It just is what it is. And on that note, I love you guys in the way that Christ love you. I'm gonna get over y'all. Have a nice rest of y'all weekend. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. I enjoyed. Hit the one if y'all enjoyed this video. I ain't had one of these types of videos in a while. And I hope that you will consider what it is that I said when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to rituals, when it comes to dancing around with the synagogue of Satan, because I truly believe that we are living in the last days, and these demons are running free right now. They're running rampant, you know. Thank y'all so much for the ones I see. They're running rapid. And you got to watch, you got to guard your soul. Every time we come on the internet, you still have to guard your soul. Be prayed up, you know, and absolutely don't let them steal your melanin. Don't let them steal your energy. You know, we're at the threshold of our breakthrough as a people. I know that's right, Claude. I agree with that. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Peace.